Hey guys! So for today's video, I thought I would draw on, I'm sorry, I thought I would draw on something that has happened to me recently. And that is just a really kind of not so great experience with one of my attendants, or I think in certain other areas of the world they're called personal attendants or caregivers or just people of that sort. So for me, I live somewhere where I am able to have, sorry, I'm just going to go like this. I am able to have attendance fairly often. We call them attendants where I live. Um, but basically, people to help me with different aspects of daily living, whether it be cooking, not that I can't cook, but sometimes it's one of the things that is harder for me to do, or just different parts of my night routine. Um, Often I think of them as just a second pair of hands when I am tired or when I am doing something and they're just able to get it done quicker, or while I am doing something they're able to do something else. So that's a brief description of what my helpers, for to put it in a very layman's-y term, do for me, and it's for different people. They could do different things. Um, I have a friend of mine who I wouldn't necessarily call an attendant, but she's just a friend, Chelsea. You've seen her in some of my vlogs. She helps me to go grocery shopping, and that could be a task for an attendant. Anyway, hiring somebody to do things like this can be harder than you would think, because for one, at least for me, and it would really depend on the kind of person you are and the kind of life you want to live. But for me, when I hire somebody, they first have to be compatible with me. It's kind of like dating in a sense, to sort of trivialize it or give an example that most people can relate to. You have to find somebody who's compatible with you. I usually use females just because then I don't have to deal with other types of situations that would come up if I have male attendants. I do have male attendants for certain things, but not for others, and that is something, again, that's up to the person. But finding somebody you're compatible with, finding somebody who understands you, your routine, the kind of person you are. So me, I'm not home for 90% of the day. And then in that 10% of the day that I'm home, I have to get everything done. So I have to have attendants or helpers that are very able to multitask and able to work with me in a very changing, kind of hectic schedule. So that's something that you can people might look for in an attendant. Sometimes they're looking for a skill that they don't have. So like one thing that I don't do right now because I don't have the money to do it is drive. So with my grocery person, I wanted to make sure that they had a car so that when I go grocery shopping, I have some more options as to where I can go and how much I can bring back and all that type of thing. So, what you get your attendant to do and the person that you hire is completely up to you, and it can vary person to person. I have friends who have their attendants do their eyebrows and cut their nails, and they'll hire a person that is specifically good at that, and then they'll hire another person who is good with cooking or cleaning or things like that. And so this is just a very brief overview. I can go into it in more depth if you'd like, but the top 3 things I would say when hiring an attendant is: 1, to make sure you know what you want them to do. So either have a job description or have at least a very general idea in your head of what this person's use is. 2, I would say, and this is also for you, but to know how to direct them, how to tell them what you want done. Or do you want them to just be more of a medical type of attendant who just knows how to do certain medical procedures? That's up to you as well. 3, I would say somebody who is compatible with you. And so along with that, I always judge a person by, are they on time when I interview them? Because if they don't have punctuality and I have to be somewhere, that's something as well. And I just want to mention, I did say that I do judge people, like, it's a job, you're an employer, and this is what people do as their bread and butter, their job. So those people who do this as a job are well versed at it, and they do it well, and they take it seriously. If you get an attendant from an agency, that might be something completely different. I'm not sure. I have never done that. But if you have and you'd like to comment on it, please do so down below. But it's a job, and so treat it like one. Don't be afraid to say something when something is done wrong, or if something happens that you don't like this is your life. This is not just something that you're playing around with. A lot of these things that we get them to do can really impact our lives. So I would say just make sure to be assertive. That you can be assertive and also nice. So 1, make sure to be assertive. 2, try and get somebody who's compatible with you, on time, all that kind of stuff, takes it seriously. And 3, have a job description or some kind of purpose that you want this person to serve, because nothing is more frustrating, and I say this as an employee, than an employer that says, I want you to do this, but then doesn't necessarily know what they want or how they want it done. So that's just a few things to think about if you are hiring an attendant, and if you would like a deeper a deeper, in-depth look at this, feel free to mention it down in the comments, and I will be able to make another video for you, or a series out of it. I believe this video will go into my Uprooted playlist, where I will talk about just everything having to do with growing up, moving out, and all those other fun things that we like to or want to know about when adulting. Anyway, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. This video went on way too long. Didn't mean for it to. And yeah, see you guys.